Imported it.
Hello, and just having a sneaky check that the thing's live. Yeah, we're live. Hi, welcome to Bonus Action Heroes. Tonight we are continuing with our Out of the Abyss campaign. We pick up following the events of last session where the party had, well, they'd re-explored the tunnels beneath the city of Gracklstugh, deciding to investigate the huge and strange obelisk emanating magical energy that was said to lie beneath the city and was said to be being used or repaired by the Darrow that were looking to overthrow the Duergar of the city above. Following a rather brutal battle, there was lots of blood and lots of death, including a number of lightning bolts, Drodin going down at one point. I think a number of people going down. They managed to defeat both a spectator, 2 Darrow savants, and a number of guards. To succeed there, they found a huge dragon egg, and a number of the party decided to investigate the obelisk. And I think Drodin or Malice, I can't remember who, realized that if they put a spell into this, it might activate. And indeed, it did activate, and they found themselves on the shore of the Dark Lake, a few miles from the city.
It was me.
Yeah.
And then
Thanks,
I
John.
followed and made a slightly smarter observation.
Yeah, well, half of you disappeared. The other half did not know where they'd gone. Eventually, they followed, and whilst on the Dark Lake, you realised that this area was completely overwhelmed by this yellow fungus, which is known to be quite toxic and quite dangerous. And indeed, off in the distance, under the water, they could see, well, they heard a voice, and after Tink scouted, they believe there's some sort of underwater ruin or something beneath the waves, as well as this strange otherworldly voice calling out from the darkness, asking to be released. I think the party decided that they were not going to investigate this straight away. Stuff that. They found a boat, decided that half of them were going to walk back and half of them were going to row back. Is that fair?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's enough going
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
on.
So, who's going in the boat and who is walking?
Steamboat.
I want to be in a boat.
I'll walk.
I'll walk.
Okay.
I'll also walk. Because Darendil was going to go in the boat as well.
With the egg?
Yeah.
Yes, we need Darendil to hold the egg.
I'm
All
also
right.
walking, yeah.
Yes, the egg. Yes. Okay. For all intents and purposes, we will start with those in the boat. If you want to have any conversations, now is the time to have them. If not, we can move on.
Who's in the
I just
boat with
wanna-
me?
Me, Darendil, and an egg.
Do you know what's in this egg?
Well, I believe it's going to be a dragon at some point. Probably an embryo just at the moment.
Were there any more?
I believe we were only told about the one, and there was only the one in that cave, so we can't.
Anything we have to go back to the cave for? Because we did the thing and
Well, we didn't get to check all of the bodies, and there could be other things hidden away that could be of use to us. And there may still be caverns and passageways that we haven't checked.
I'll go back then. Are you
It would
feeling
make
better?
From everything that we've been through, no.
From the weird cold sweats that...
At the moment, they're not plaguing me. But I think we're past the 3-day period, aren't we, Matt?
We are, yeah. You're past the full moon, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. So,
For the
so
sake
unfortunately,
of this, I can't remember if we worked out. We knew that they were... We know that they're were-rats, topsy and turvy. Did we work out that that was what you had?
not quite. Well, we felt that it was related, and we knew that there was like 3 days that were particularly crucial, and that would happen every 28 to 30 days, kind of thing, or however long
And
the.
we'd find out pretty much
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
Okay.
But we've talked to Stone Speaker Hagram, and he's cast something on me, but we don't know yet. But so she would just be telling you that the 3 days have passed. At the moment, she feels okay.
And you're keeping track of the days?
We've spent a lot of time in a cave, within a cave. We'll need to check when we get back to town exactly how long we were down there to be certain.
We should get Rain to make us a clock or something to help. Because we don't want to wake up one day and find you all... You know?
Makes sense, yes. Well, we've got a fair number of days yet anyway, so let's just get back to the town. Still somewhat concerned about that murderous doll on the ship.
Especially when we leave Stall there.
Yes, I'm slightly worried that everything that he's witnessed might have rubbed off on him, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has. I kind of like it. I think
He
it's
seems to be
useful
able to
for
look
us.
after himself.
But we'll underestimate him as a myconoid. And then he'll be all stabby stabby. It's great.
I'm concerned more who he'll stab and the fact that he might commit a crime whilst in Gracklstugh, and we know they are not the most forgiving.
Maybe we should take him with us when we go back down. I don't know. He's your problem.
Yes. Maybe. We'll see.
How long does it take us to get across? And I like to imagine Tink is there in the top of the boat like a cock's going, row, row, row.
Pretty much Darendil rowing. It's like, well, I could always, once we get back to the surface, I could always take the mushroom with me. I think an elven education would do him wonders. I think it would really open his mind to a more peaceful way of life than he will find down here.
Are you saying that I cannot provide him with an elven education?
Well, with respect, Malice, your people fell, did they not? They were banished for
What has
unnatural
that got to do with
practices.
education? Just means we're more willing to look beyond what you find acceptable.
Well, yes, I find love and respect very acceptable, and find exposing a young mind to murder and death and,
Survival?
well, survival, yes, but
Just because some people benefit from certain privileges doesn't mean that everyone does, and I believe that you're viewing the world in a very narrow viewpoint. And if you don't mind, you can stay out of Stool's education. Sorry, that is Hazel getting very, very educationally offensive of my pretend mushroom baby.
As you're rowing, it'll probably take about, I would say, probably a good 90 minutes to even with Derendil rowing with his huge arms, about 90 minutes to get back to the docks. In fact, back to your ship. But as you are, the first sort of half an hour go by, it's very dark. Occasionally you see these weird lights under the water, but here it's so dark, the water is so dark that you can't really see what they are. And some of them pass under the boat and you feel it jostle a little bit, and they just, whatever it is, it just keeps going. It's huge. But nothing happens, thankfully. But off in the distance, coming in the other direction, you see a medium-sized ship. Its sails are down. There is probably 10 sets of oars sticking out. Sorry, five sets of oars, so 10 oars sticking out, 5 each side, and it is moving very slowly. The oars are very gently breaking the surface, and you can see up on the front someone with a lantern, a shuttered lantern that with a very direct 90-degree arc of light, shining it on the water. And it passes by at a distance, and as you look in the shadow, you think you see a slender figure in robes with kind of very smooth head and a number of tentacles extending out of the bottom.
Do we recognize them?
It looks similar to the person you saw. But they don't seem to notice you, or they're not looking for you. And they're
going
continue
out
on
into the
past.
lake.
They're going back the way you came. Yeah.
One of the ones that we left down. We've met too many.
When you went inside the Kraken, you met.
Oh, the guy who wanted us to get a thing for him.
Yes, which you did.
Yeah.
And once you did, he left you with the contents of his box, took his book, and teleported out.
Does anyone remember what was in the contents of the box?
I think it was a number of potions and
That
things,
was
really.
useful.
Yeah.
I think there was like a little scroll or two.
Yeah, there was protection from fiends. There was some healing potions. There was a few things like that. But other than that, nothing else happens for the rest of the trip, and you find yourself back at the docks. So we'll switch now to the other 4. Sorry, so many pets. The other 4 who are. Hello, Davey. Oh no, he's got the COVID. Nightmare. Yeah, I think a few of us can relate to that. I hope you're feeling better. It's a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, we're there with Sev, Drodin, Serdi, and Rain as they walk back through this narrow passageway through this yellow fungus, and it stretches off left and right as far as the eye can see, but you can still see the glow, the orange glow of Gracklstugh in the distance. Probably an hour maybe to walk there at a good pace. After a number of minutes, you do come across an area where the fungus seems to have been burned away. So there's a larger circle, but you can see a couple of bulges under the fungus as if they've grown over something.
So it's possible to burn it off then. We talked about it earlier.
Familiar in any way, that?
Um,
Those bulges?
It looks like the shape of a person, maybe.
What? Like somebody's buried there or has been buried there?
Well, more like something's grown over someone who's fallen there.
Oh, right, got you. And there's no fungus there now, where those mounds are.
The fungus is still on the mounds, but it's almost as if someone has tried to burn the fungus away. But there is two what you can only assume are bodies under the fungus. It's kind of hard to tell in the gloom.
Fungus is now making me very nervous. We should proceed with all haste away from it.
Okay.
I won't lie, I'm curious what the mounds are, but I think we're a bit ill prepared to try and investigate
Either
at the moment.
somebody's tried to clear it, it hasn't worked, and they've succumbed to the fungus, maybe.
Perhaps.
Well, yeah, we'll probably have to come back this way anyway at some point.
Yes, perhaps we'll be able to find a sensible way of getting rid of it.
Just as a side note, since we set off from those ruins, and I'm assuming we're having to take a sort of circuitous route back, I'm trying to take a bit of a mental note in case there's sort of a safe passage or multiple routes. I'm trying to make a note of the route that we take that we know is safe, in case we need to backtrack.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Do you want to roll me a survival check or nature, whichever you prefer?
Survival.
Okay.
13.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have a great deal of experience with this, but you've heard that it is dangerous and that the slightest touch can cause it to erupt in spores, which is probably what's happened to these people, that they've attempted to burn it away, but in fact all they've done is just cause it to erupt in all the other areas, and it's probably killed them. As you begin to make your way past them, you have a look, and you can see sticking out of the fungus a sword and a skeletal hand with a ring that seems to glint and catch the light, even though there isn't really very much here.
I'm just looking at Jim's window here. But Sev isn't interested in such things, really. So he's happy to carry on, but...
As is said, by the by, Matt, as well, I would cast Pass Without a Trace.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you move past. Yeah, there is a number of various pathways that extend out in different directions, but with your dark vision, you think you've picked the ones with the most direct path. You start to recognize the patterns of the mold, and it seems on like certain earth where it's quite damp, it seems to grow really, really well, and then others where it's quite rocky, it doesn't seem to hold quite so well. So you begin to follow that terrain, and after about an hour, you find yourself at the gate of Gracklstugh. It is a huge gate, just this, you find yourself walking down this stone chasm, this valley, just sheer rock faces left and right, and then you come to this huge. In fact, I have a picture. I think. No, I
Hello.
don't.
My audio stopped working for a moment there, which
Ah,
is very rude. But yes,
Did we?
as
Did it just stop you killing us all?
potentially yes. I
It
wasn't. I
rigged
wasn't.
your audio to do that, by the way.
Yeah.
Every time you get a thought that might kill the party, it goes off.
Yeah, it was very convenient. All I really wanted to do was just cast detect magic as we walked past, and then if I got a ping, then I might have considered trying. But we're at Gracklstugh now, so never mind.
when guards come out, they go to stop you, but you show your badges that you've got, and they just allow you straight in, and you can make your way to the docks if that's where you wish to go. Unless there's anywhere else you want to go.
Did we ever actually decide where we would be meeting Tink and Malice? I suppose the ship. Well, let's just head to our ship. It's the most likely place we'll find them.
Yeah, you get to the ship. You you kind of mount. You climb on board, and no one's seen them. No one's heard from them. And they're rather surprised to see you without them. After about 30 minutes, you see a little rowboat come into view and start to pull into the dock. So yeah, you are all reunited, and you have a new dinghy if you wish. It's a bit ropey and a bit old, but it floats.
Cool.
So, what are we doing with this egg?
I
does it belong to?
believe that we want to return it or take it to is it Sergeant Blackskull?
That would make sense. We'll probably get even more money for it.
There was definitely money to be had from curing it.
She seems to have loads of money.
I think it's possibly more that the city has loads of money.
Well, if she's our conduit to that money, then we should make use of it.
As long as they're able to take care of it. I mean, are they skilled here?
Well, they
Rearing,
have a
raising.
dragon.
They do have
They have one already.
They do have a rather portly dragon, yes.
Somewhat spoiled from the sounds of it.
Yes, it is quite a brat.
Who is the rightful owner of the egg, rather as opposed to who's asked for the egg?
I believe it would be its parent. I mean, not do dragons reproduce asexually, or does Timberchild get pimped out when need be?
Would I know that, Matt? I try.
Don't know if any of us would know that.
Roll for dragon pimping.
Yeah, roll for. I don't know. roll for nature if someone wants to figure that out.
Oh,
okay.
Drake Warden.
Oh,
Surdy. Yeah, Surdy, you're like, there is no way a dragon would allow itself to be pimped, and there is no way that should said pimping result in a egg that the mother dragon would give up that egg. So it's more likely that someone has stolen the egg, or it's been stolen and then sold to the Duergar. Alternatively, yes, the dragon they have already could be female. They might have another dragon. You don't know, but it's very unlikely that a dragon would give up an egg.
Would I be able to tell what sort of dragon egg it was with that roll?
It is a red. Yeah, it's with that roll. It's a red dragon egg.
And the
So-
dragon in the town is a red dragon, yeah?
It is.
I know we like to adopt things, but I don't particularly want to adopt a dragon. I mean, it would be cool, but I just feel like at some point it would get too big for any of us.
I mean, and probably not wise to play too much with a red dragon. And if there is indeed a red dragon here, it's general and not common in that sense. So I would assume it has something to do with the dragon that's here. So that would be the person I would have thought best to return the egg to.
I say let's take it back to the guard. They seem to have been working honestly with us. And going direct to the dragon. One, we might not get the coin.
I
Two,
also don't think it's safe to go direct to the dragon, considering what the dragon generally does.
It did seem rather keen to eat me the last time we saw it.
Yes.
Imagine
because
it
you're a
was.
snack, Drodin.
That's kind of you to say, but I don't think that was particularly the direction it was aiming for.
I think Serdi again with that role, you would, and as a Drake Warden, you might have mixed feelings about the dragon and the way it's being utilized here. Yes, it from all accounts it's quite spoiled, but it's probably also captive.
I mean, I haven't been.
You
Yeah,
haven't
okay,
seen
so-
it. No, you haven't seen it. You've only heard what the party have told you. But red dragons can be quite nasty and aggressive, but they are quite proud as well. So yeah, it seems quite weird to use one for your forges, and as the others said, at some point it will get too big and it will become too hard to control. So you can only surmise, just from what you know, that it's probably a young dragon or barely an adult.
Do we know what they do with the red dragons when they become too difficult to help here?
I don't think any of us have been in a position to have that sort of information.
I mean, it's a rare dragon that will let itself be used such by these people. So, I mean, I have to admit, I'm a little concerned at handing this over if it's only going to provide a. You're only going to indenture the poor thing.
Well, then what else could we do?
Nobody else has
we're-
asked us to do anything else, have they?
We could-
With the egg?
We could keep it on the ship for the time being.
No,
The issue is the egg has been stolen, and we are currently in possession of stolen goods. In a town that will feed us to a dragon that is looking for this egg,
We do also have
it would commit a crime.
we do also have a pair of corpses in the bottom of our boat, so we're not exactly in the best of positions
Well,
regardless.
We didn't kill them.
I do not know how it works around here. I'm just I'll be led by you all, but I'm not highly comfortable with handing any thinking, feeling creature into bondage.
well, we don't
I don't
know
thi-
that that's.
I don't think an egg falls into that category.
Well, it's the potential, isn't it? What it may become.
I think the captain will be much better placed to ask all of your welfare questions. So, shall we just. We can always. Well, I guess we can't take it back.
The problem still stands. I argue that we're in possession of the egg. And
I think we need to give it back as well to the captain.
Well, let's not get ourselves into trouble then.
yeah,
You're right. We'll ask the captain about its well-being when we. I'm sure
Just-
anyone reaching that sort of rank and status, I'm sure is a honourable thought. So bound to have the well-being of the egg at heart.
Before we
But the
go,
guard
I,
has- no.
before we
Oh,
go, I would like to check on Stool.
no, can I make one last argument in the whole case for the egg? We'll roll it together. Wolverine will just say to everyone, I think we have to keep our eyes on the prize, which is, well, I don't know about you, but for me, it's getting out of here. Like being able to see the sky. Like I never been up there. I was born down here, so quite like to be free of this darkness. And I just so you know where my allegiance is for, I suppose.
Yes, our long-term goals all do seem to be very different.
What do you guys want?
Not entirely sure.
I would like to find Victor and ask him some questions. And explore down here and learn a little more. I have no real interest in returning to the surface anytime soon. Eldif wants to go home, Derendil wants to go home. Stool wants to go home.
My home is
Stool and Eldif's homes are down here. Derendil's is
Right.
on the surface.
right. I see. Huh. Interesting. Aren't we all wanted down here?
Only some of us, and
Not I.
Yes, I forgot to tell you, Serdi, you are in the company of wanted criminals, effectively.
Oh my.
Yeah, like we all escaped from prison and shit. Like there's people chasing us as we speak, and I guess we do want to explore down here. We should do it in a way that's gonna make more sense to avoid capture.
What did you
Sorry, say that again, Tom.
What did you all do?
Oh, nothing. Well, me, nothing. I was just captured by some drow. And then I escaped said drow, so that's what they're after us for, escaping.
You all the same, or were any of you rightfully imprisoned?
Me definitely, yeah.
right,
Fuck yes.
but there was cause.
Mine was more political dissension, I suppose, is a simple way of phrasing it. I was helping people flee from Menzo Branson and other drow locations, find new homes on the surface, which the drow obviously aren't big fans of. And on top of that, I was poking my nose into the affairs of a few notable people in Menzo Branson. So, both weren't taken particularly well in my case.
I understand. No one came to harm, I suppose, in your...
Not from mine.
Oh, that is always up for debate. Anything you can do can harm someone, whether physical or mentally.
This is true, but did your intentions matter?
Well, I stole a really fancy tool from my the person I was an intern for, Victor, and yeah, he wanted it back. So when he captured me, sent me off to prison. I mean, I was doing all kinds of illegal dealings on his nose, to be fair, for quite a while, and trading, smuggling goods in and out of the city. But small things like trinkets and nicks and knacks, but yeah, I'll just say Gracklstugh, not a good place for me to be in.
Oh dear.
Let's wrap
Sev,
up our business here.
Sev, as you're all talking on the deck of the ship, your passive perception's quite high, so you spot a drow sort of leaning next to a market stall. Seems to be having a conversation with a Duergar fisherman, but eyes are clearly on your ship, and you notice them, and then your sort of eyes meet for a second, and she hastily buys a fish, turns and leaves in a hurry, and then starts to merge into the crowd.
I'm not familiar with the residents of this town, and I'm not too sure how your standing lies at the moment, but we've definitely been made. I don't know if that's a problem. And yeah, if that's important in some way for us while we're here, I just need you to all be aware of that. We've been observed.
Just now?
Yes, a drow.
A drow? They're not particularly common in this place.
Did you say drow, Matt, or have I misunderstood?
Yeah, a drow. A female drow elf, dressed like a scout, leather armor, short sword, dagger.
Right, shit's hit the fan and now shit's everywhere all around the room. We're all covered in shit. This is it. This is the moment. This is what I was talking about.
Oh,
You see Rain just panicking.
Don't act so hastily.
just calm yourself.
They-
I mean, if these are stolen goods, then let's, as you say, proceed to the guard. I mean, returning it. If you're spending it and you're returning it, it hardly can be considered a crime. So let's
And
away
the-
to the captain.
Duergar and drow aren't known to have a great relationship, are they? So, is that right?
No.
Have I understood that right?
That's right. Yeah, I mean,
So I think
the docks
if we
are
were-
technically in the foreign quarter, so it's not. This is the one place you're going to see other races from the Underdark.
We're doing a lot of talking. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I fly up and spot them?
Sure. Yeah.
I'll give you an indication of the last place I saw them.
Yeah. Give me a how high are you flying? Are you
High enough for people to probably notice there's somebody flying, because I just want to. They've seen us, so it doesn't really matter now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give me a perception check. Sev kind of points the way. I will give you advantage because you're flying.
Thanks.
And it
Sorry,
is
I
relative.
interrupted you, Hazel.
No, sorry,
It's
I
okay.
interrupted everybody. Okay. Yeah, you spot her. Sev warns you quickly enough that you kind of you take off. You fly up, and look down, and you see her go into the Goldbrawn's lair, the tavern.
She's in the tavern. We should probably get to her before she gets to whoever she's reporting to.
Unless in the tavern and we become outnumbered. What we don't want to do is to act too rashly and get ourselves into a fight where we could be found
is it better to get to our allies first? Whatever allies we have here. Who's this captain fellow we speak of?
We've made a somewhat better name for ourselves here. We should act lawfully and with consideration for our neighbours around. And I believe if we do that, we might be able to buy ourselves enough time to leave safely. What exactly do we need to do? We need to talk to Blackskull?
Return the egg to Blackskull. Tell them what we found down there. That pillar didn't really. We know it teleports you across the lake somewhere. It doesn't. We don't know any more than that at the moment.
And I think that could change. So we should warn them that it's not a certainty. What else do we need to do here? And not what do we want to do, but what do we need to do?
There's nothing I know I need to do here.
No, I don't think there's. I don't think there's particularly anything we need to do.
If we're leaving, I would want to pick up Galvin and take him with us.
Yes, that would make sense. We do need to leave a note for him, do we not?
Are we
Do
still
you
going
think
to?
we're leaving soon? Shall we send one of the goblins to go get him?
I think being prepared to leave as soon as possible is probably the safest. We don't want to be caught off guard. So yes, if we... What kind of time of day is it at the moment?
It's probably quite early morning still. You pretty much got up and went into the tunnels. So it's probably still before lunch. Well, it's probably about noon. It's hard to tell under here, but yeah, you would judge it's about lunchtime based on the time in the tunnels, plus travelling back from the lake. Yeah, it's probably 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Crew, line up! Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, yeah, Galvin's will check in at the inn every day at 6. Pick up any messages, so we've got time to leave him a message to get to the ship tonight.
Yeah, so we can write out a message saying, yeah, Galvin, get to the ship. I'm going to ask, who is the sneakiest of you goblins?
They all look at each other, and then literally all as one, they put their hand up.
Okay, that makes things difficult. Who wants to go on a little mission for an extra gold?
They all look at each other, and then all put their hand up.
You should have known that was going to happen.
They all start coming forward with their hand out.
I'm not going to roleplay this, but I would like to do a version of like Granny's Footsteps where I pick the 2 goblins that get closest to me.
Okay, sure. You pick 2 of them, yeah.
We'll say it's Bradley and Tina.
Okay, yeah. Good
Firstly,
goblin names.
Can you leave this note at Goldbrun's lair? Secondly, can you both just hang out at Goldbrun's lair?
Yep.
If you see this guy, and I'll describe Galvin, can you Well, Galvin can take himself, actually, ignore that. If you see this person, and I'll describe the drow, I'll basically bring Malice and Drodin forward and go, look like this, but, and any differences. Don't approach them, don't say anything, just, we know they're in there, and we'd like to know anything you observe about them. Maybe they're staying there. Do they leave at any point? Don't follow them. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
See them being like, trying to like log all of these different levels of what they must and mustn't do. You can see they look quite confused and they just kind of wander off in a bit of a daze.
Oh, God.
But hopefully they'll do what you asked.
Who are those
Okay.
guys?
So Bradley, Tina, Paul, Rachel, Hannah,
It's a
That's
very,
quite the
Joe?
club.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is quite the club.
Sarah, thank you. They're our crew. They were being sold as slaves, and we bought them, but now we pay them a wage to be our crew.
Right. Okay.
And man should have an assistant somewhere. Is that goblin still alive?
Yeah, that goblin's
belongs
still
to-
alive. Yeah,
Can you remind me his name, please?
pick
Which member of S Club 7 would you like to be your apprentice?
I don't know. It's up to you. Whichever one
I
looks like.
think he had. I think it was Paul. I think.
I think it was Paul. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
I think he was the one with the bit of ear missing.
Okay. That was
Just-
before he started working for me.
Yeah, he's probably got fingers
Yeah.
missing now. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Is Stool okay? I don't want to role play anything. I just want to check that
don't make me roleplay with him. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he's
Okay.
fine. You
hasn't-
find him like stabbing vegetables in the ship, practicing with his little dagger, which he can't hold very well with his weird fungal hands.
his nubbins. He can
Yeah.
be a chef. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, he looks fine. The doll seems to still be encased in piles of crates. No one else seems to be dead. But as you're looking around, you see everyone except Eldith actually.
No one else seems to be dead.
I think
just
last
how we
time you went
roll.
away, there was bodies everywhere, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yep.
we lost like half the goblins.
Yeah, that's why you only needed the S Club 7 names, because the rest of them
Ran off.
Yeah.
got
We
killed.
no longer needed steps and 911.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh dear.
Let's get this egg to where it needs to go.
Wait. Where's Eldith?
No
We can't
one
leave
seems-
without Eldith.
No one seems to know.
Oh, for goodness sake.
She's probably
How
out
long
doing
has she
some
been
shopping.
gone? Can we ask her how long she's been gone?
One of the goblins is like, she was talking to a dwarf with like a weird hat and armor, and she walked off with him.
And she didn't tell anyone where she was going or what the discussion had been about?
Kind of had like crazy eyes and like crazy hair. He was like a dwarf, but a littler, like a goblin-sized dwarf, you know.
It is I!
Swear to God, if she talked with Pepido, we've got a real problem. No, she remembers Pepido. She's smart.
This is what the Drow Scout looks like, by the way. Those that wish to see. Oh no, it didn't work. Sorry.
Who else is on our ship? The Topsy and Turvy. Would they have noticed? They would have recognised if it was Pepido.
They're like, no.
They're never up there.
We didn't see.
Yeah.
No, Eldith would recognise, but she was one of the originals, wasn't she? So she'd know.
But what if he spun her a tail? Or what if he had magic? We didn't really know what he did. He might have charmed her.
Well, we'll keep an eye out and we'll let Captain Blackskull know.
Did Popedo actually have armor and a crazy hat, though?
Not when you knew him.
No, but did Drocky have a weird hat?
Drocky definitely had a weird hat.
And just because the goblin says it's armor doesn't mean it was armor. It could be weird
Excuse me, Myth.
clothing.
I think I know what armor looks like.
Anna
Okay,
is
Bradley.
sassy. Oh, Bradley's
yeah.
sassy.
They're interchangeable, I think.
Let's not be goblinist.
Precisely.
I think you maybe need to be prepared for the eventuality that Eldith could be complicit. Anyway,
Just-
should we take this egg?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you taking it? Just to be clear.
Oh.
Captain Blackskull. Okay, you head over to Overlake Hold.
Can we put something over it? Like a palantir? Put like a
Tea towel.
tea towel.
My cloak of billowing, so like every so often, everyone just gets a little bit of a tease of what's under it. There's a billows.
Just a flash of egg rather
Yeah.
than a flash of egg.
It's like lifting the skirt a tiny little bit every now and then.
You're
Little
such an
ankle
egg
tease.
tease.
Yeah, you wander over. You don't get hassled. You don't get disturbed. You say that you're there to see Captain Blackskull, and indeed, someone leads you pretty much straight to her office. I'm gonna find a picture of her now. Can't remember what she looks like. That you see the familiar face. That she's about 4.5 feet tall, stocky, strong, white hair, which is braided, but it's not braided for decoration. It's braided and hung strategically to actually take blows from weapons and blades. Any of you that are martially trained would know that that's actually that is a thing that some cultures do, where they physically braid the hair and have it around their face because it can stop a blade from cutting your head in certain circumstances. The more finesse weapons, she's got the telltale sort of charcoal markings or tattoo. You're not really sure. She sees you come in. She doesn't smile, but she nods. There's a recognition, which is about as warm as it gets with many of the Duergar here. And from advice from a few of the party, I'm going to stop using voice changes, so she will just be like, "Yes, hello, friends. How can I help you?"
Da, 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 da. Drojan, take the cloak off.
Oh, we have your dragon egg.
I thought you had a Darrow under there or something. Well, this is great news. Well, you really are full of surprises. You outworlders, you are... Well, yes. I believe there is a reward for this, but I don't know the value of it. I will need to talk to the Keepers of the Flame, but I suspect it will be a healthy reward. Usually the region of 500 gold, I expect, maybe more.
Forgive me, Captain. I think I've not been introduced. My name is Serdi Demas, and I'm a Drake Warden. I just wondered if I may ask a question, if that is okay.
You are very sharp for a kobold, Sir Demas.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. The question I wanted to ask is, what happens? I mean, when the dragons get large, I mean, do you release them?
She actually laughs. It's the first time you've pretty much seen her smile. No, they are too dangerous. Once they are start to get too big, they are put out of their misery. So this is good news. You have returned the egg. He has been becoming very unruly, I hear, so they can hatch this, begin to train the next generation, and he will go in the boneyard like all of the others. It's the way of things. I'm sure you understand. A red dragon with a grudge is not a risk we can take.
Serdy's just lost for words, looking at her. Not quite sure how to react. Puts a hand on top of Ambrose.
So if that reward could be delivered to the ship this evening, that would be wonderful. We found some other stuff while we were down there.
Indeed, please.
So there's this big pillar, and it gives out this magical aura. It's got something going on with it, and we're not entirely sure what. So we touched it. Well, we cast a spell at it and touched it, and it teleported us across the Dark Lake, actually, like an hour away by the yellow fungus things. But we don't think that's all that it does. We think it might change sometimes. We're not sure. We'd have to do some more looking at it, but we think you should probably go down there and have a proper investigate. Just be wary of it.
Okay, so there is a stone, and it teleports you.
We think it can do a lot more than that. We think it might be able to give stone giants a second head, but we didn't have enough time with it. It teleported us.
Okay. I think your help has been very much welcome, and we will be locking down the tunnels, and we will be, by decree of the king, we will be restricting the Darrow's movements. They shall be restricted herewith to the east and west cleft. They shall no longer be allowed the freedom of the city. Yes, security is security. The king, though, is very pleased with your progress. You have enabled him to pass his ultimate decree to bring control back to his city, and he offers you an audience for his personal thanks if you wish it.
Today?
If you agree, I will make arrangements and someone will collect you. Yes.
I think we'd be interested. We've seen a lot of this city now, probably more than people who have lived here for centuries have. It would be an honor to meet the king.
Very well. I will pass message to him, and we will make arrangements. So, if that is all, I have work to do.
I don't believe we had anything else to discuss.
Oh, yeah, Rodin, you are officially, yes, the charges have been withdrawn. I have a scroll here somewhere. And she shuffles through a big pile of paperwork and pulls one out and hands it to you. It's written in Dwarvish, which
I can't read.
Which you can't read, but it's got a lot of writing on it and an official-looking seal at the bottom. That is, you are officially a free person. No charges will be levied. The death was part of the investigation, which was sanctioned by the Stone Guard and approved by the king. So you are free to leave whenever you wish.
Thank you, Captain. It's quite a relief to know I'm not going to have a dragon trying to eat me within the next day.
Indeed. Indeed.
Captain, I have a question now that our business is concluded, if you have the time.
Of course, yes.
Just when we were returning, we noticed a drow in the foreign quarter. I imagine that, though not isolated, would be quite an unusual occurrence. I would assume that you would pretty much know everyone that passes in and out of these areas. Do you know who this particular drow is, female?
I can check the logs. Yes, we do have a party of drow. I think staying in the foreign quarter. They are traders from, and she looks through the book. Velkenvelv, I think. This is a small prison outpost, not far from here. I think we have Lena. The name I have on the ledger is Lena and her party. Simple traders here to buy weapons and armor. Yes,
Okay. Thanks for
3
the
of them.
information.
Anything else? Well,
No.
if we are done, I will speak with the keepers on your behalf. I will have this egg delivered to them under escort. Again, thank you. The security of Gracklstugh is all possible thanks to visitors from other cultures, shall we say. It's been a great honor and interest to me to see how you work and to learn that non-Duergar can be valuable members of society, and even dare I say, I think we should extend visitation rights beyond the foreign quarter, if more foreign folk are like you. And she stands and sort of gestures to the door.
Jordan's
What?
just going to silently potter out the door.
Shuffle out backwards, doffing an imaginary cap.
Okay, what next?
Why?
Are these drow going to be an issue? From Velkenvelv? That's an issue, right?
That's more than likely going to be an issue, yes.
They know we're here. They know where our ship is. How to identify it.
Mm.
How long have we got? And how would the Duergar react if the drow attacked us here?
An interesting question.
It depends on, I think, whether they have official paperwork which identifies us as escaped prisoners, because they go so much by the letter of the law. If it was them enforcing their law here, I don't think they would intervene.
I suspect they would to some degree. The Duergar seem to appreciate control so much, I don't think they would appreciate drow trying to enforce their laws in Duergar Stronghold. I think they might have some issue with feeling the drow were overstepping.
I don't. We're not Duergar. We're not from here. Well, Rain is, I suppose.
So if we can just avoid them where possible and stay out of any trouble.
Best case scenario, if we have our audience with the king today, I hope that's okay, I agree to that. I thought, even if we don't get any gold from it, we'll have an anecdote. We'll have met the king. Also, people have said weird things about him, so I am mildly interested. Sorry.
I am somewhat concerned, though, from the way Captain Blackskull was talking, we may have accidentally empowered a fascist.
Yes. Well, as I was saying, best case scenario, we're out of here tonight. If Galvin and Eldif make it back.
Can't believe how they treat they're proud beasts. I mean, this city's. If any other red dragons hear of what they do here, the city's doomed.
Well, maybe that is an issue for the dragons and not so much for us right now.
Admittedly, we didn't know that's what they did with the eggs, and I know that has upset you, and I apologise for that. But dragons would happily destroy this place, so having some sort of control over them makes a little sense, doesn't it? I don't know. I've never kept dragons.
Everything I've heard about that type of dragon anyway is not that they would come looking for vengeance. They're very selfish. So long as they as individuals are okay, then the fate of another red dragon, I would guess, is of no concern to them.
I think it's
But that's
more
only stories I've heard.
I think it's more the affront of it all. I mean, point of principle. They keep other dragons as slaves and then euthanize them, breeding them like common beasts. It's disgusting.
I mean, I don't. We can also do it with humans. It's, I've not found an excuse for it yet, but I suppose living down here, life is difficult, and ethics are not the primary concern. It's more survival.
Well, if we're to meet the king, perhaps I can petition him to release the egg. At least I should try.
You can certainly try, as long as he doesn't then decide you've offended him and decides to feed us to the dragon. You can see where the line is, right? Kings can be, well, I don't know, but I hear they can be prideful.
Chief of my tribe was quite petty. On that point. If I ask politely, it shouldn't cause offence. Okay?
Well, maybe I'll just say this out of character because as a Duergar man, as having grown in this culture, would I be able to kind of advise him on what would be culturally considered polite and how Duergar would like things phrased and
Yeah. Duergar kind of prefer directness. They don't like unnecessary sort of dancing around things, over the top diplomacy. They like sort of directness and openness, I guess. But they do have a different idea of, they are very lawful compared to many other species in the Underdark, so that can be, that can cause some conflict with think of the Drow, for example, quite chaotic in comparison. So there is often that conflict between the Drow and the Duergar, where the Drow are quite, I don't want to say dishonest, but they can play games and they can be a bit Machiavellian, whereas the Duergar tend to be very straightforward and say what they mean.
And would keeping a dragon egg and then potentially waiting for it to hatch and using the dragon or training the dragon for their own purposes, would that fall within their laws really well? Is there any way we could argue that that's against the law or that goes against the morals or the ethics of the city? Or would that wouldn't be an insult basically to say so because it's covered by the laws that you're allowed to do that?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that's happened for generations. So you probably would have grown up with Temper Child in place, and your parents would have had a different one before them and a different one before them, and some of them are around for a few hundred years and some of them are around a lot less. They're not, although they're sentient, they're not Duergar, so they aren't considered, they don't have the full protection of the law that a Grey Dwarf would. And they kind of, you would know, again, you may not agree with it, but you would know that many many dwarves would argue that they give the dragon a very good life, that it is fed, it doesn't want for anything, it's pampered, it's massaged, and actually to them that they're giving it a better life than most creatures can hope for.
So
But
from
the
my
cost,
from
the
my
cost is that
perspective,
it dies when it gets too big.
so from my perspective, uh, do I believe that what Serd is gonna try to say to the king? Would I think the king would take that as an absolute insult immediately? Like, can I gauge kind of how realistic his approach would be? And maybe.
Yeah, I don't think you would think he. I mean, you don't know the king,
Yeah.
so give me a history check, and I'll give you. Okay.
Oh, sorry, that was just for you. But,
Yeah,
that was a 6.
that's all.
First.
Yeah. I can see. Yeah. You don't think he would be offended?
Okay.
No, he might be amused by the conversation, the different perspective, an external perspective.
Okay.
I think the crux of it is whether you could persuade him that letting it go would not bring ruin down on the city.
No,
think
my
that's
only
what
concern was whether just the suggestion of it would be immediately an insult and immediately get us in trouble. But
you
outside
don't.
of that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that you're not sure, but you don't think so. No one
Okay.
you knew would be offended by being asked that direct question.
Okay.
But you don't know the king. You've never met the king, so and you have heard that the king is a bit more prone to passing harsh laws of late than he has been in the past.
Okay.
I have to say, Serdi, I'm not sure what the end goal of your line of questioning might be, to release a red dragon into the wild.
I would not no, they already have captive, because that would be suicide. But perhaps releasing the egg, taking it to a place where it's safe, can hatch on its own, and not bother not bother it.
But it's a red dragon. Red dragons are inherently evil. Their very nature means that they will at some point bother somebody while they amass their hoard and feed.
This is the natural cycle of things. That's what dragons do. Being a dragon.
So you would prefer to preserve the life of one evil natural dragon as opposed to the thousands it will kill and cause suffering to, as they in turn starve, as it burns villages to the ground. And
Do not elves and people do that too? I'm not sure I get your argument.
well, the argument is, I would have had assumed that you would want to preserve as much civilized life as you could.
Well, dragon's a very large piece of civilized life.
I wouldn't say civilized.
I think they're perfectly civilized if you're a dragon.
We are a group of philosophers, aren't we?
I'm just trying to understand what the end target was for you. And if I was a king of a city, I'm not sure I would want to tell my citizens that I'd first of all lost our means of forging, and secondly that I'd now introduced a wild card, a loose cannon, to the safety of everyone here. That's a a negative on both fronts there. I just don't see whether I agree with if it's the right path or not. I think in terms of asking the king for this, is probably not going to meet with success.
I'm not disputing your. I wouldn't know, and I imagine you're probably right, but one has to try and do what one thinks is right in this world. So I shall give it a go.
I'm just gonna say I'm more with Jagger on this. I mean, fair enough. I've got myself to deep shit, and maybe I want to run a bit more than you do. And I'm happy to explore about because, having company and accomplices is probably a better way to survive than being alone down here. But maybe we can try to try to gauge the risk a bit better with our actions. And yes, maybe we explore a bit, but maybe we don't want to build too much tension.
Do you think if simply asking the king to consent to release the egg to somewhere safe would upset the king? Dangers us? I mean,
I'm worried about what that.
Well, you're proposing he gives up his means for smithing.
Yes, I'm proposing it. That's all. I'm asking. I don't want to.
Right.
I can.
Yeah, see what happens. It goes off for a smoke. Start writing notes down and escape plans and once again forward easy escape. Maybe straight into the cell.
I won't stand in your way, Serdi, of course, if that's what you wish to do. I just want to tell you I have witnessed the ruin of dragons in my lifetime. And it's never pleasant.
Ooh. Where? What happened?
Dragons happened.
One or more? Oh, we'll have to talk about this sometime. I'm very. It sounds wonderful.
For another time, then.
You say that, I don't know what we're doing now until we're summoned by the king. Are we going back to the ship?
If we go back to the ship, we can take a few minutes to recuperate. I can summon Irvi and send them off to try and find signs of Eldith.
Are there any last-minute provisions we need?
How much money do we have?
We will have 500 by the time we leave, hopefully.
And
But
we
how
already
much
have
do we
quite a lot. but I can't
currently have?
remember.
Do we have 300 gold that I can spend on diamonds?
We do. We have 27 platinum, 1,270 gold, 1,125 silver, or 96 gold, and more.
Would people
Diamonds
be okay
is
with
never
me?
a bad investment.
Yeah, would people be okay with me buying? Do we just want the one set of diamonds worth 300 gold, or do we want to double up on it?
Just double up.
We don't
Okay.
know when we'll be back in civilized territory
Civilization.
to buy another one, to buy another set. So
Okay, let me see if there's anything else I need to buy. But
I'm gonna look for spells. I maybe need why need some diamonds or something else. Give me a moment. Says it. Smoking a lot.
Don't know if
It's
it's
gone
just
low.
me. I found that difficult to understand.
yeah, that is
I'm not
Sorry,
Nick. You are mumbled
You
as
might have
heck.
some. You
Too
might
much.
have something on your mic. Yeah.
That was too much. She was just saying that she had a smoke in her mouth, and that's what she was mumbling. She was probably mumbling to herself, and it's like, yeah, just let me see if I need anything for spells. He's using props.
And then I guess we could top up water barrels on the ship and dry rations and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I feel like we've got Eldif. When we got all the slaves that then became crew,
They're
Oh, okay.
employees.
Right,
We-
you've done that.
we
did
did
all
a
that.
bit of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is that fair?
Yes.
I do
I'm
believe we
pretty
did
sure.
spend a hefty time stocking up on rations and the like for a
Did I
hefty
miss
time.
a shopping session?
You did.
Oh,
It was more of a creating a shopping list and then sending off someone else.
Yeah, shopping's a lot easier now. But yeah, if you want to buy anything, you can you can buy it. If you need to know any prices, let me know. But
and what do we do about the drow issue? And the
Evade them as best we can, I suppose.
Yes.
so if we're heading back to the ship, we need to try and be a little bit stealthy then. But I mean, I'm not sure what the point is. They know what our ship looks like now.
We
Or
need
should
to
we do?
avoid any situation in which there could be cause for our arrest.
Just so the drow know what our ship looks like, so they're
They,
looking for that
they
ship.
spotted us while we were still aboard our ship, so they know it's our ship. It would be a good guess on their part, I would say.
Yeah.
So are we now heading back to the ship, or are we away from the ship?
We're currently away from the ship, I think.
Oh, yeah, we're trying to head back. Okay. So is it would be possible, right, if we've seen the drow there, that the drow's seen the ship, and they could have set some sort of ambush for us at the ship?
Tink scouted them, saw them heading into the tavern, Goldbrawn's lair.
Okay.
That's the last known whereabouts of them. They could have moved since then, while we've been talking.
And do we have boats that can take us to and from the ship?
It's in the dock, so we've got the little dinghy, but it would have to make multiple trips and we'd have to keep it elsewhere. But it's just easiest for us to walk up. We should
Yeah,
not be acting suspicious, and it is very unlikely that they're going to set too much of a trap, because that
Yeah.
will alert the authorities.
Yeah, of course. So, but as far as we know, they've not spotted the ship yet, but they could.
They've seen us on the ship.
Yes, but they don't know the ship is in those stocks, do they? Or do they know that?
Yes, no, that's where they
Oh,
saw
that's
us
where they saw us. Right. Okay.
earlier today.
Okay. Right.
It may be that they're not going to do anything here, but rather wait
Follow
until
us.
we leave, tail us, and then they can formulate something equally as nasty elsewhere.
Yeah. So it might be worth putting together a plan for how we're evading them.
Well, personally, I think as soon as possible, we leave Gracklstugh, allow them to follow us to our own predetermined destination where we could have the upper ground, and then kill them.
They know that those
I like this plan.
those fungus things where we ended up that were very poisonous, do they know that they're poisonous? Maybe they don't. Maybe that's a good place to lead them.
It might be. We don't know exactly what their skill sets are as to whether they would be able to quickly identify that, but I was unfortunately thinking more of the location of the Dawnbringer is, as you all wanted to go back there anyway, and it pains me to offer this as a suggestion, but a sword that could so easily smite the drow might need to be used in smiting some drow.
Agreed.
Agreed. Well, they're all in the same location, so that's actually perfect.
Cool. Okay then.
So
We just have to survive for now, get back to the ship, get any supplies that we need, prepare for our next journey, go see the king, and then reacquire Eldif, who has to be around here somewhere, And Galvin?
It should be
Okay.
easy enough, yeah.
Okay. After we've seen the king, are we going to head back to those ruins with the big ship, or are we going to go on foot through the fungus again?
I would say, because I want us to leave now that the drow are after us, so I would say on the ship, so we can all move together. Just because I don't think Darendil will fit through the poisonous mushrooms.
But there was loot in the fungus. I'm just so tempted.
Hey, if you want to go back that way, you
No.
can do, and we'll send the dinghy for you.
Sev's not interested in that sort of thing. But I really want to know what it is.
So do I. Why don't we go on a solo excursion? Catch up a little.
Feel free. And they never came back.
And there was another 2 mounds.
Right. I guess we're saying, Matt, can we go back to the ship for a short rest after getting all of this stuff?
Yeah, so can we spend 600 gold on
Sorry,
diamond
yeah, I'll do
keys?
that.
Shall I add the diamonds to my inventory?
We can't hear you, Matthew.
That's because I muted myself because I was typing. Yes, yeah. Please, I can add those too if you want me to do it for you. Or you can just add you should just be able to add an item in your loot. Sorry, I was distracted by chat. Yes, anything else you want to buy? Weapons, armor, potions, I don't know.
Do we need any potions of healing? We've used a few, haven't we?
I have one on me still.
I could do with one.
I can use one.
If we can spare money.
I would like some more crossbow bolts because I believe I need to.
Well, what you will find is that if any money you spend, you now get 10% off in Gracklstugh.
Oh, add 60 gold back on then.
Yeah.
Nice.
You will find with your badges everywhere you go, you will be recognised as basically pillars of Gracklstugh, and you will be given a discount because of your services to the city.
Nice. I also don't have any potions. If that's just to bear in mind. I would probably need to buy some. I haven't been tracking my arrow usage.
Yeah, I'm not massively worried about keeping an eye on every single one, but yeah, just buy a couple every now and again, and I'll be happy.
spend a few.
So, how much is a health potion in that? Sorry.
They're normally 50 for a normal one, but you would get it for 45.
How many are we getting? And I will take it off.
I shall buy my own. It's fine. I just met you all. Take your money. It's okay. I shall pay for that. Thank you.
A greater healing potion will be 175 gold to you, and they will do a superior healing potion for 1,000 gold. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's still not great.
I have a tiny bit of a shopping list. I would like a healing potion, potion maker's kit, and 50 gold's worth of fine paper for me spell stuff.
Ah, yes, paper.
I don't need to get the ink because I'm an order of scribes.
To help me with the math, in this list we have lots of things that say bloodstone 50 gold, pearls worth 400 gold, gold hilt dagger worth 100. Can we assume I've sold them and I can turn those into gold?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, if it's something worth something, just write it down. It's fine.
Jim, can you please tell me how much money you need?
What did you need? Which tools? Potion tools.
Potion maker's kit.
That's 45 gold. Alchemist supplies, yeah.
Alchemist, yeah.
So yeah, that'll be 45 gold for alchemist supplies. That's with the discount.
And then it'd be 45 again for the potion of healing.
Yeah, 45
And
for
then
the paper as well.
and then 45 for the paper. So that would be 135.
Indeed. You did math.
I know, it's amazing. Normally I'm shit at math.
Just needs to be D&D and you're all right.
Yeah.
Do we have enough gold for a greater healing for moi?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, but just okay.
She's
Yep.
mathing.
Okay.
Yeah, 175 with discount. I think I said, didn't I? Normally be 200, so yeah, we'll say 175.
We have a gold wedding band with no worth.
With no worth, that would be worth about 50 gold.
Thank you. 1, 3. Okay, 45, 45, 45, 175. Put all your things in your inventories. I am deducting everything.
Could you add me that greater healing, please, Matt? I can't see it in the...
Oh, yeah.
Do we want
you,
the
sir.
diamonds kept in our group loot, or shall I have the diamonds?
I think there's only you that can use them anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's probably
It's
better if they're on your person.
Yeah.
Did anyone count my potion of greater healing? If I can have one.
You're taking a greater as well. That was 175.
How much money you got left?
Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Okay. Who am I giving normal potions to?
Jim.
Just Jim.
I found the potions. It's fine. Oh, never mind.
Oh, you've already got one, have you? So you can just add another.
I've just found one.
Do you want me to add one then?
No. I found it in the list.
Okay.
And
One
then
greater healing. Sorry.
Could you give me 600 gold worth of diamonds, please?
Already did that. That was the first thing I did. 600.
Yeah, no, but could Matt?
Matt,
give
sorry.
them to-
Yeah.
As your accountant, 600 on diamonds, 175 on a greater healing for Steve, 175 on a greater healing for Nick, 45 on paper, 45 on a regular healing, and 45 on something else I don't remember for Jim.
Alchemy kit.
And that brings us to 845 gold left.
Wow. You're doing okay for money.
That's not bad. We got
We've
another
turned in a
500
lot
coming.
of... Yeah, we've turned in a lot of missions.
We've done the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We
I
farmed.
I think we divvied these up, so I need to take them off our party funds, but we previously got 6 healers kits.
Okay. Yeah.
Who has those? It would make sense for you to have them, Malice.
I will take some healers kits. Who else could?
Can
Oh,
anybody
what?
use healers kits?
One has just appeared in my inventory, but someone else is happy to take it from me if they want it.
We also have a herbalism kit, a vial of poison. I think we gave the potion of fire breathing to Stool for some reason. 3 vials of acid, 2 vials of alchemist fire, and I think we divvied up the healing potions at the time.
Yeah, I think I'm the owner of the alchemist fire. I'm not completely sure, but or was that Molotov cocktails? That might be Molotovs, but they might be one and the same these days. I can't remember.
We also have a potion of water breathing.
Okay. I'll put the. Who wants that one? wants a potion of water breathing. I'll give it
Oh,
to Tink.
I'll
Or
have
Ray.
it, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think Tink had a scroll of protection against fiends.
Jim, did you take the spell scroll of light? I'm just going to write names
I
next
did.
to spells.
I did, yes.
Cool. Oh, okay, then I'll take it off.
Okay. The admin episode. Sorry.
You've got to organise your
have
life.
them every now and then, haven't you? You've got to have them every now and then.
You have.
I'm going to take off the water-filled mushrooms and assume we have water. We've now got water for the trip.
Yeah. Do you can all have a short rest?
Yes.
Whoop.
Whilst we're short resting, I don't want to do this now because my screen's just frozen. Can I please take a moment to look at the book we got from Victor's?
Of course you can, yeah. Yeah, go for it. Are you just flicking through or are you spending a bit of time investigating it?
I'll spend a bit of time investigating it if we've got an hour. That's not.
You got at least
guess-
an hour, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll an investigation or arcana. Or both if you want.
Sorry, things were.
Well, this is
Same
going
for
on.
me.
Before the short rest, can I summon Nervy and then send them off to try and track down Eldith?
Yeah, sure, you can. You can indeed. What did you get? 16.
I got 16.
Okay, so you look through the book. You start to sort of read it and try and get your head around what it is that you're looking at. Really, the language.
Ooh.
Weirdly, the script in it looked Sylvan, and in fact, if Sev was to look at it, he would also recognise the actual letters as Sylvan and the sort of naturally kind of graceful scrawl that is Sylvan, but the words don't make sense. So you think there's perhaps some sort of cipher or code in there that you don't quite recognise. There's weird. I mean, you've got something in your journal which you'll be
Seen
able
it
to
and
look
was
at.
taking a moment to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you will see you'll see weird diagrams. Some of it is anatomical, some of it is mechanical. 2 pages particularly jump out at you, one of which in plain Sylvan at the top it says mechanical heart. That is in Sylvan and you can read it, but the rest again is indecipherable. There is also a second diagram which looks very similar to the heart, but it's almost like an exploded view. Again, the text does not make sense. You just can't read it. There's some sort of cipher in there, but it's almost as if the heart is opened out. And again, in plain Sylvan at the top are the words soul siphon. All throughout the book, periodically you find these weird oil paintings that are like incredibly beautiful but weirdly creepy. They tend to be like skeletal figures, usually holding a book, like grasping it a little like that, absolutely clinging onto it. Some of the paintings seem to feature like feathers, black feathers. And then finally, right at the back, you notice a completely blank page, except for, with that roll, I will allow it, a tiny symbol. Again, it is Sylvan. You recognise it potentially is a name rune, but it's a little bit complicated and kind of hard to read. But that is all that is on the page, is that tiny symbol in a corner. The rest of it is completely blank. I don't know if anyone else is looking at it, but or is it just you hiding away in a corner?
I'll probably just be reading it, but as I get through it, I'll probably get Rain and Drodin over, knowing that they are one would maybe understand the diagrams better, one the text or
Yeah,
ciphers.
I would happily help.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, you can roll another check if you like. I don't know where you are, Sev.
Sev understands Sylvan. Yeah, you come over too.
Sev,
I don't think I understand Sylvan, do I?
You should be able to.
It's not.
So I read your character sheet wrong. Yeah, you've got Sylvan.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
if
do I
anyone else
roll?
wants to roll, you can. Either, is it the symbol you're looking at, or is it more the cipher?
I can try to figure out the cipher because Brain's quite intelligent, so should we just go with it?
Okay, yeah, sure. Give me a roll. Yeah, Sev, you recognise that. You recognise
roll
what
what?
that symbol means.
Sorry.
Go on. Roll a. Well, it'd be investigation, wouldn't it? Probably for a cipher, I think. Okay. Yeah, I mean, whoever designed this, and in fact, as you start reading through it, Rain, you recognise straight away that this is Victor's work. This is probably one of his ciphers. You're struggling to decipher it, but you do think that he perhaps had some sort of device which he would use to set a cipher.
Okay.
So without that device, it's going to be quite hard to do. It's not impossible, but quite difficult.
Can I possibly attempt to make that device? Or would I know enough from the cipher to try and create a device that could decipher it if it's not perfect?
Yeah, with the right equipment and the right amount of time, yeah, you could.
Okay.
You know, it used to take him a few days to make one of these devices. He would tend to make one that effectively you set it with a code word, and then everything else sort of slots into place.
Okay. So can I reverse engineer that over the next few days when I have free time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We can do some tinkering checks.
And can Sev help me with the rune?
Yeah, Sev, you don't need to roll. You can read that straight away. That is a name, and that name is in your journal.
And it's pronounced as
Orphane.
Orphane.
Yeah.
And can I see that page that you've put in my handouts? Blank page in Victor's book, addressed to Orphane.
No. Can you
Okay.
see that?
Yes, I can.
Weird.
I will ignore it.
That's weird.
I only looked because you said earlier that you'd given me a page of a journal.
Oh yeah, I might have. Sorry. That should have gone now. Can you not see Victor's tome then?
Where it? Now I can.
Oh, there you go.
Is that what you meant to give me?
Yeah, I gave you the access to the wrong bit. Sorry. But did you say the word Orphane out loud? I assume you did. So as the name Orphane is, as Sev says to you, that name is Orphane. The text starts to literally, it's almost as if someone's writing it. So you see this scraggly handwriting start to scratch across the page and start to write this letter. It just literally unfolds before you. And I shall share this with you. In fact,
Shall I read?
I'll read. You can read it if you like. Yeah.
I was going to read it out since I have a few people gathered round me at the moment. So it's addressed to Orphane. I am not in Graven Hollow, I am here. I screamed, but you could not hear me. Galvin would not let me talk to you that day. He kept me locked away and clouds my memories. He spreads lies that I am a monster, but I hoped you would know I am really trying to heal the world, to end suffering, not harm it. The accident still weighs heavily on me. We repaired our bodies, but your soul is still fragmented. I was certain the new siphon would draw those missing pieces back to you. Repair your essence over time, using the souls of others as the fuel for the work. All we did was create a weapon. Do not use it unless you absolutely must. I do not know what it will do to you. The science of spirits is complex and still eludes me. Galvin says I should leave it alone. I am an abomination for trying. I have a theory that we may need souls from the Shadowfell or the Feywild. Clearly dwarf and orc souls have not worked and we lost the drow. I have no qualms she deserves her fate for her part in all this, but she may. This book is key to the matron. The key to solving the mystery of your shattered soul. It is also a focus. Ask and perhaps she will show you. She shows me only glimpses since the accident. The price is hard to bear, but it has to be paid to avert what comes. What is a few souls to save the rest, to save this plane? Your friend, Victor Gabor.
And as you get to the bottom, the text at the start starts to vanish. It becomes unwritten, and the page is blank again.
Oh no, Orphane! Orphane! It doesn't come back, does it?
Doesn't come back now. Sorry. Was that just a noise?
Does anyone know who Orphane is?
I think it's you.
You'll look up and see Sev looking directly into your eyes as you ask that question. His brows lift a little and nod. It is you, Tink.
How do you know?
It's one of many names you may have. It's the one I know you as, from where I'm from. And it's the name I've been instructed to. It's the best way to describe it, I guess. Look after, shadow, escorts, whatever you want to call it.
Whoa, wait, okay. So, you knew my name? Did you know my name when you met me? Wait, what? Are you my bodyguard? Why, who?
You're not a whole, Tink. I think you've known that for some time.
I don't know
Used to
anything.
be.
You seem to know more than me.
I mean, I just point out parts of your mechanical parts of your body. You're not whole.
But what's this about escorting me?
I just do as I'm bid. I don't get to choose assignments.
Who? Wait. You're God person.
The Raven Queen.
The matron. You're taking me to hell. The 9 hells. No. No, 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 no. And I'll fly up. Out of arm's reach.
Nothing quite so dramatic. I hope, at least.
Why haven't you taken me away then?
That's not my That's not my duty. That's not my task. Not my mission.
You're waiting for me to die to take me away?
I don't. The only thing I take to the Shadowfell is accounts, memories. So you don't have anything to fear from me, Tink.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
That's my normal work. This assignment is. I keep getting sent back to this group. It's clear that she sees destiny, fate intertwined with whatever we have in store for us. Clearly something big is afoot, about to happen, pending. The things we've seen in even just short space of time isn't normal, even by Underdark standards.
I think you're being very optimistic. If you keep getting sent back to us, I would assume that's because your matron queen keeps thinking we're going to die.
Who dies is almost less important to her, rather than the fact that I witnessed that somebody dies or suffers, or there is some misfortune. And it's not that she revels in it. It's a common misconception with her. It's her drive, her will that it's accounted for. She doesn't wish it on anyone, but it must be noted. It must be borne and collected. And the very fact that I keep getting pushed back this way and to you is clear. She thinks there's something big brewing.
Your job is weird.
Yeah.
In all this, at some point, several have noticed that with the discussion of this idea of the matron and death and stuff, Malice has kind of walked up and she stood like really close to Sev, just watching him. This is new information. It's interesting. She's not doing anything. She's just there, just watching.
I'm gonna just. Oh, hi, Malice.
And she'll take a step back, realizing she's probably a bit too close. I might have questions about all of this later on. Did I hear mention of Galvin?
Yeah, if we glaze past the huge revelations, yeah, it looks like Galvin might know more than he said. It said Galvin wouldn't let me talk to you that day. He kept me locked away and clouded my memories. He spreads lies that I'm a monster.
Well, hopefully soon we'll have him enclosed with on the ship, unable to escape and surrounded, so you can ask him as much as you want, however you want.
We do have a prison cell.
And various things that are willing and probably will be trying to kill him.
Does this mean maybe we should go back and look for things that look like these diagrams before we leave? Back to the place that had a fancy name?
The intricate requiem.
That's the one!
I don't know how I remembered that.
How long have we got till the meeting with the king?
You don't know at the moment. If you want to do the meeting with the king first, it's up to you. If you want to just wait for that, or you want to do something else, just let me know.
I have a horrible feeling the meeting with the king will trigger a whole series of terrible events. So
Yes, that's what I want to get. If we're going somewhere, I want to do it before the king.
I will look forward to the idea that we're going to piss the king off because when he came a knocking for the audience with us, we weren't around.
does
We
your
can be
moth
found.
does your moth get any sign of Eldith in that short rest time?
I don't know, Matthew.
Give me a perception roll.
Do I have to do it with Irvy's perception?
Depends. If you're watching through Irvy, then it's yours, I guess.
No, I've sent Irvy out to do her own thing.
Okay.
He's
there'll be
just hanging out around lights.
a little puff of dust. Yeah, you will. Irvy will fly over the city. Yes, in a structured pattern, trying to see any sign
Well,
of.
You say
of Eldith.
structured, but it's a moth, so it's kind of like
It's like a Roomba just bouncing aimlessly around.
there's a structure to it, but it doesn't follow it in a straight line.
And then it's like, ooh, light, and just straight into it. Let's hope there's no lava.
I can't help it. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and after a time, you will see it. Well, it will come across Eldith and fly back and report that Eldith seems to be stood in an area talking to a Darrow with a big hat.
Wait a minute, can your moth talk?
I suppose I'd probably end up having to use detect thoughts when it comes to that.
I think it's telepathic, isn't it? I don't know what a moth would sound like. I'm not even going to attempt a moth voice.
Oh.
Give my moth a voice.
I'll think about it.
I don't know why. I feel like a moth would have quite a sexy voice. Like, oh, Trojan, I just saw Eldith.
There you
She
go,
was-
Veronica's your moth's voice.
Well, apparently moths are attributed. They are the chosen representative of bisexuals, apparently.
Okay.
So I don't know. Apparently, if you have a moth tattoo, it means you're bi.
Okay.
Which I didn't know when I picked Irvy to be my moth, but there we go.
It's an adventurous moth.
Is that because it flies every way? Sorry.
Every way but straight. Right.
Irvy does seem to have found Eldith. Can get them to lead the way if we are all interested in finding what she's been up to.
Well, yeah. She could be in danger.
Yeah, and if we pass the intricate requiem on the way, that's great.
Okay, what do you want to do first? You got so many options here, so
Let's go get Eldith first.
okay. Yeah, you lead everyone through the city, and you come across Eldith and this weird looking. You recognise him? It's Rocky, and they're kind of sat on a rock underneath a massive toadstool, talking. And as Rocky sees you all approaching, he will sort of stand and start to. You see him standing with like his toes touched together and his heels up in the air as if he's about to knock them together. You see that his boots are like a red leather, quite bright, just below the knee. And he's sort of looking at you suspiciously, and I'll just like, it's fine, lad, it's fine. They won't. Well, they might. Look, he come to us. He wanted to talk to you. I've assured him that we'll listen and we won't kill him, but obviously I only speak for myself.
Does Eldith seem okay, normal, of right mind?
Do you want to roll an insight check?
Yes, please.
Are you asking if she's charmed, basically?
Yeah.
Who's Drocky?
Drocky's a dickhead.
Rocky was a messenger for the Darrow, the underground Darrow network.
Why do you
And
hate
he's got a bounty on his head.
Yeah, and
He's
he
worth
got
another
away.
500.
Yeah, we've been after him, and he's gotten away, and left us in the tunnels where we got the shit beaten out of us.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's generally just a bit of a pain.
24. Yeah, Eldith is not charmed. She seems herself.
Okay. Okay, well then we will do our best to follow Eldif's lead. Drocky, if you wish to talk to us, we're willing to talk.
You can see he's still stood there weirdly, like on his tiptoes, with his toes together and his heels out. You've ruined my business. I am not happy. But I
Well-
know where he is. So
Well,
maybe we'll do a deal.
That sounds like a potential thing we could do. I would say a business like yours is always doomed to eventually fail. I mean,
I just like to move and I just like to deliver things. There's nothing illegal. Delivering things is one of the most honest professions in the Underdark. And for some reason you decided to destroy it all.
well, they were killing. Well, they can't remember.
You were
They-
delivering assassination targets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I don't look at them, I just deliver them.
Still complicit.
In respect to the following of confidentiality rules, though.
Can I also ask why you decided to lead one of us away? And will you excuse me whilst I just do a quick scout of the area to make sure you are not trying to trap us or something?
Sort of nods. Eldith will be like, I think I'll speak for you, lad. It's fine. He wants passage out of city. He's wanted. He's dead. His business is gone. And more importantly, he thought we might want to know where Bulpedo is.
Tell me where Papido is.
Well, he wants a contract, and then he will tell you where Bulpedo is. Veronica's face. And carry on that epic love story with Bulpedo now.
I'll get a piece of paper out from my bag and summon my magic quill, and I'll start going, okay, tell me about this contract, and I'll start transcribing.
Well, I don't want to be handed in to the Stone Guards. I don't want to be murdered. I don't want my boots stolen. I don't want my bag stolen. I want a new business. I want to go somewhere that I can deliver things again, and I want to go there quickly. And in return, I will show you where Bulpedo's building his little entourage.
Okay, I would like
How-
it known some of those things are beyond our control.
Yes, your business is your own business, not ours. But how do you know that we're after Papido?
And also, how do you know where Papido is?
Well, I delivered messages to him
From who?
from the Darrow.
Any Darrow in particular?
Well, they're all dead now. I can't have a business delivering messages between one Darrow, can I?
So
Are they
it's-
all dead? Did we finish? Did we wrap up what they were doing there? It's good for us to know if we're leaving.
They're all dead. And that all the innocent ones will be dead now, thanks to you. The lucky ones. I've been standing still a very long time now. I'm just going to go for a little run and come back. Is that okay? And he starts sort of like dance. He's almost like fidgeting and dancing and he just can't stand still.
Would you prefer to talk on the move?
Oh, yeah. Yes. That's a good idea.
You have things to pick up before we return to the ship, where we will hopefully be leaving tonight.
Tonight. Okay. And you want me to show you where Bupido is now? Or?
Oh, is he
Yes.
here?
Oh, yes.
Oh dear.
Who is this pedo that we're looking for?
He's the bane of my existence.
You know
He's
that?
he stabbed Stool.
Yeah. If I don't.
He
know if you
betrayed
noticed,
us.
the mushroom has a little scar, and
He's got multiple. He's a little patchwork boy. It's where his trauma came from.
This Pepido did all these things to this mushroom.
He did also kill a gnome companion we had saved.
Pepido believes himself to be some kind of god.
Okay.
he is a danger to others.
He's a murderous, treacherous little bastard.
I have to say,
And I
think
will see him.
this world has more than enough gods of death right now. As far as I'm concerned, one is enough. Seems like we've got 3, a bloody 4 now. No offence, Sev.
Not
Malice.
I think you need to apologise to me too now, apparently.
Why, you following a god of death as well now?
She's got connections.
Sorry. You see the little Darrow dwarf he like clicks his heels together, and you just see him suddenly just can't stand still anymore, and he just off like a rocket, absolutely like shifting double the
try and
speed of everyone
follow.
else. Yeah, you can try. He comes back a short moment later, and he's sort of like almost like whizzing past you and listening to what you're saying, and then keeps going. It's just like he cannot bear to be stationary any longer.
He's got a
You're
bad
all-
case of the zoomies.
restless leg syndrome.
Yeah. Associate with that one. And then he'll suddenly just stop dead by this huge boulder. Have you got the contract then, Drodin?
We're going to Blingdenstone at some point, aren't we? That feels like a big enough city for you to set up another business.
Oh, gnomes. Gnomes is very industrious. Yeah, Drocky could work for gnomes.
And
Yes,
no.
agreed.
So far, your business, or the contract rather, says we will take you out of Gracklstugh. We won't turn you into the Stone Guard. We won't have you murdered. We won't steal your shoes or your bag. And we will leave you at a suitable urban location for you to resume your business. Preferably legally, but
Can't kill any of us or our crew.
yes. You can take no action to sabotage us or our crew. You can't turn us in to any appropriate authorities should we do something wrong.
Okay, I will also leave your boots alone. All of your boots.
And you don't touch the mushroom.
And you stay within the allotted boundaries of our ship.
Very
And
well.
don't mess with the pile of boxes, but that's less a contractual obligation and more just for your own safety.
Yes, it's more a general warning.
And we treat the goblins with respect.
That's fine. Some of the best people and customers I have are goblins. Or were. Okay. I'll sign. Pass it over.
Trojan will sign it, and then he will pass it over to Drocky.
Are they going to sign it?
It's entirely up to them.
Malice will sign.
Yeah, I will sign.
Right. Sort of as the biggest three, he'll probably be like, okay, and he'll sign it. And as he signs it, he'll like tap his foot on the floor, and you'll hear a metallic clang beneath his feet. Okay, laters. And he'll like, and he's off again.
When are we going? Oh.
What's he left behind?
You can see the vague outline of like a metal hatch that seems to be very well disguised. It looks like stone, but it's in the ground.
Are we doing this now? He said he had an entourage.
He did.
We should do this now,
Yeah, but
shouldn't
so,
we?
But we should do this now.
Say he was
wait a minute. This is only going to end in death, one way or the other, which, knowing what you know about me, I haven't got a problem with that. The Duergar, however, might have a problem with that.
But we're hopefully leaving tonight, so... And there's a target on the Darrow backs now, which is not good. It's not all Darrow are the Darrow that were experimenting with this pillar and assassinating and such, but I feel like the captain would help us waive it if we explained.
Yes, I feel like if we killed a Darrow death cultist, they would probably be quite forgiving.
Yeah, we're wrapping up business. Let's go back into the tunnels.
Move us over, Matthew.
Are you going down? Are you opening it? Have I given you too many routes now? You just don't know which one to go down.
Oh, no, we know that we're going after Pepido. There is no question.
So whatever's in front of us right at this moment in time, and then if something else comes, we go, squirrel! We'll go for that one as well instead.
No. Pepido needs to be dealt with.
I've just accepted that we're it's less that we want to and more that we're just like, we're not going to dissuade Hazel from pursuing Pepido, so we'll just...
Ain't nobody arguing with Hazel.
we need to protect Malice. Malice is going, whether anybody else is following her or not.
Pretty much.
And we need Malice, so...
Okay.
Let's follow Malice.
Right. Oh, that's quite funny. I've copied the...
600 gold's worth of diamonds on her. I'll let her wander off on her own down into the tunnels alone.
So you lift this. I mean, it's wonderfully disguised. It is actually a metal hatch in the ground, but it's so well disguised it looks like stone. Except when you touch it, it's got that metallic ring to it. But it's been positioned right under a large rock and a number of sort of fungal growths, such that you probably would be unlikely to tread on it, unless you got into the strange position that Drocky had got into. As you lift it, you see a ladder going down. You feel cool and clean air, and unlike the smoky air that exists up here, it is clean, fresh. air without that smoky, volcanic, sulphurous taste. You drop down into a tiny tunnel, and a very short distance away you see it open up into this huge space. It is dark in there, very dark. There is no luminous mushrooms or lichen. It's almost as if everything has just been cleared away to get rid of any light whatsoever.
This is strange. I can see.
In the darkness, you see, as you step into the edge of the cavern, you see this large shape on the ground and a huge skull, probably 7, 8, maybe 9 feet long, empty eye sockets, sharp dagger-like teeth, and a gentle red glow in the eye socket.
This is
And
fine.
as your eyes wander, you see a huge rib cage. You see the bony remains of leathery wings. You see bones strewn everywhere on the ground. In fact, the ground is crunchy and saturated with the bones of all sorts of creatures.
I don't know. I can certainly see something a bit more.
Yep.
Yeah. What can you see?
I can see
Swinging an axe.
big burly. Yeah. Another one. Another one.
Okay. Off beyond the skeleton, you can see what looks like an altar. Stone altar. It gives off a gentle light, and around it you can see these shriveled, sort of staggering, mindless corpses slowly circling it, and amongst them is a huge 8-foot-tall humanoid. Again, the flesh is sort of drawn back, the mouth is shrunk, and you can just see the teeth. The eye sockets are empty.
Let's do this shit.
And as
Is
you
anybody
start,
aware of us?
they don't seem to be at the moment. No.
Come on,
Just
surprise
see.
round.
Give you 10 seconds to give me an action if you want to go for a surprise round.
Hey, Jama.
Okay.
Mage armor, good one. Yeah.
I am going to cast Bless
Okay.
on Sev, Rain, and Surdy.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessed.
I can see Papido.
What?
In the distance, yes, you see
There.
you see Bupido stood atop the rib cage of a massive dragon skeleton. He's just watching silently. Anyone
I
else
will
doing
attempt-
anything
I
with
will
your
attempt
surprise?
to hide in the biggest bone ruins.
Okay, sure.
The
Yeah,
nearest
roll.
bone-
Yep, roll that for me. Anything from you, Rain? I can't even see where you are. There we go.
I'm right here.
Oh, natural one.
Oh,
For an
no.
11.
Okay. Yeah, you're kind of all right though. I did,
Oh, hang on. Does
Zombies
Bless
are
give me
not-
something for that as well? +4.
It's
Is it
saving
two?
throws and attacks, I think. Let me
Okay,
just
got you.
check.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, just
can't-
attack rolls and saving throws.
I can't see any of the where the bad guys are, if there are any, or Peter specifically.
There's one over here, and then I think there's some up here.
Yeah, there's a few up here.
Okay, so they're behind the thing. I was just gonna move to the side so I can see them. Well, I can move because it's exposed, but
I'm gonna
So-
take this. I'm gonna take this out so you can see a bit better.
okay. All right.
The
Yeah,
stream's
see
actually
them,
got a better view than you all do because the stream can see in the dark.
I
Have
see
you
a massive
changed?
ogre and stuff. So
Yeah, everything's in colour for me, so am I right in thinking you've changed Tink now she can see?
Yeah, she's probably got dark vision. She's got dark vision now, hasn't she?
She's got that extra super duper dark vision. I mean, I can see everything, but
Everything.
not everything. I can see quite a lot, and it is in colour, so I was
Oh,
assuming
okay.
you'd done it.
Okay, weird. I'll figure that out. So, Sev, you hiding in the rib cage, are you?
Yes.
Serdi, what are you going to do?
I will run forward so I'm nearer to where and as I'm doing it, I'll hunter's mark the nearest biggest thing.
Yeah, you should be able to just free move now. Free movement. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. Try again.
I'll bring Ambrose up with me too.
Okay. Okay, let's roll initiative then. Oh,
Whoop.
if no one's doing anything else.
you can take Rain out of the initiative, Matt. It'll just take a turn after. No, I'm sorry, not Rain. Still Defender. This can just go after me. That's
Okay,
easier.
sure.
You can take Irving out as well.
Okay. Done.
Just that.
Done.
Yeah, Matt Sturdy should be next to me, just after me.
You mean
Sorry, Ambrose should be after me, just after me.
Yeah, he's not on. Oh, he is on. I'll just
Yeah.
take him off and you can just,
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, cheers.
I'll do it like that. Okay. Tinky gonna roll initiative.
I'm refreshing because it's a very clever animation, but I think it's made my laptop go no.
Oh, really? Do you want me to
Laptop says
pause?
no.
Yeah, my laptop's the same temperature as the radiator.
Okay.
Actually, my laptop's a bit hotter.
Okay,
Great tokens, by the way. Where are they from, Matt? Who made them?
I actually can't remember. I think I bought them on Roll20. I will
okay.
find out and I'll pop a link in the comments. But yeah, they're on Roll20. They did a load of undead ones, really nice. Ghosts, wights, wraiths, zombies, ogres, and yeah, really nice. Okay.
Sorry,
right.
if someone wants to roll my initiative for me, please do.
Okay. There you go. You're going to be first. Oh, no. No, you got a
Natural one.
1. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. It will give me time to fix it.
Sorry,
Oh,
Matt.
kick me out.
I can't hear you, Tom. You keep breaking up. Sorry. Did you say something?
Yeah, you took Ambrose off the map as well as off the initiative track, so
Oh, really?
yeah, his tokens disappeared. I just noticed, sorry.
Yeah, I'll drag Irving back on. That's easy enough.
Thank you. I couldn't find him in.
Maybe it deleted. Maybe it deleted them. Right. The huge ogre sort of lumbers. They all seem to stop circling this altar and notice where you are all at once. And this huge ogre will start lumbering towards. And unfortunately, it will get to the skeleton and start and get a bit stuck where you've positioned yourself. It tries to clamber through, but doesn't really get it. Let me just check if it's got reach.
I hope it doesn't.
It yeah, yeah, it doesn't. Sadly, Drodin, you're up. I'm not one who thinks that zombies should be able to dash either.
Now,
28 days later.
just to fully clarify this as well, we don't get the new spells from leveling up yet because we haven't had a long rest.
You don't, but you get the spell slots.
Okay. Well,
Do we get the like abilities that aren't spells?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
it's all right. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray then, and I will do it at 3rd level at the ogre zombie. So
Hit.
yeah, good. Do I have to? I can't remember how to use this. I'll make a ranged spell attack for each ray, so I'll do all 4.
Nice. Hit.
Good, good.
Should be pretty impossible to miss, to be honest. Hit.
Good.
You hit.
Good, good.
Roll
And then-
all the damage.
And it's 28 fire damage.
Okay. Nice.
Why
That's
did it
really
go-
decent. Yeah.
Why did it go through as a steel defender?
I don't know.
You
must have
selected
selected something.
I had the steel defender selected instead of me.
Okay, anything else from you? That was good. That was nice. Nice damage.
Well, fortunately, I'm not as close as I thought I was. So, no, I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay. Okay. Likewise, a zombie will start to shamble forwards, but it doesn't get close enough. Serdi.
Can I just jump in to like round the edge of I'll go around the skeleton and jump in and try and hit that big nasty thing.
Yeah. You can go through the rib cage, but it's difficult terrain.
Okay, I'll just go to there. and I'll try and hit it.
Go for it. If you miss, you're really doing badly. I've got to be honest. I think Ogre Zombies armor class is like it's 8.
You're daring me.
It might not be possible for you to miss except on a 1. Yes. Roll damage.
Well, I will use Ambrose's reaction to add 1d6 of acid damage to this attack too,
Okay.
and also gets Hunter's Mark. So
Yes. I'm fully expecting you all to absolutely slaughter this in 1 round.
$17.
17.
And 4 of its acid, I guess.
Yeah, it's absolutely it takes everything. If there's any poison, none of that's poison, is it?
No, just acid.
Okay. Okay, anything else?
I'll attack again with my second attack.
No. Yeah, level 5. Whoop whoop. Don't roll a 1.
Oh,
Correct.
Nice.
This is just this and Hunter's Mark, isn't it? So
Yeah.
another 19 points of damage.
Nice. Oh yeah, it's in a bad way already. It's not hit any of you, and you've absolutely destroyed it. Anything else?
Now, no, that's me. But I'll get Ambrose to run in and make an attack as my bonus action. Tell him to attack it.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Run round to the side of me.
Go for it. Nice, yeah. Roll damage. I thought it would go down in a round, but I didn't think it'd go down this fast. It's like whether there's going to be any of it left by the time everyone else gets their turn. Awesome. Okay, nice. Rain.
Okay, seeing that the ogre doesn't seem like much of a problem, can I just go over the
Yeah.
skeleton's difficult terrain?
Only the rib cages, so yeah, you can move over there. Normal movement. Just some big bones.
Yeah, set myself there, and then why not here even? And then just shoot it with my pistol.
Absolutely.
I get an extra 1d4 from bless.
You do.
So yeah, I can't. I don't think I can miss.
You can't miss unless you roll a 1. Definitely.
All right.
Roll damage.
Yeah, fuck that guy. That's 13 on the
Ooh.
ogre.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
It's bad.
It's barely hanging together. That shot sort of takes half its neck out. The head's kind of flopping to one side and like barely hanging on. It's up
Okay.
somehow, but
I'm gonna remove a different problem for the battlefield. Then I'm gonna shoot the other zombie. I'm just gonna flick my pistol to the right, and then it's gonna reload automatically. And then I'm gonna make an attack on the other zombie. It's 22. I did not bless, but that would make it.
you don't need it. You don't need it. Yeah.
7 points piercing damage.
Nice. It's again, it's a devastating shot. It goes through the back and bursts out the chest. You see the ribs all splay out. It staggers for a second, but it is still up. But it's looking bad.
Okay, and then bonus action instruct the still defender.
Yeah.
To go up and attack the ogre. It's gonna flank.
Nice. Yeah.
If possible, yeah. And let's see if it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
6.
Roll damage.
4 points of force damage.
Oh. I've got 1 hit point left.
Oh, damn it. That's
Takes-
alright.
It literally pulls a foot off the leg, but it's just barely hanging together now.
Alright. I think I've moved the maximum one that I can move, so that's I'm done.
Nice. Okay. Tink.
Sevatar?
Oh, Sevatar. Sorry, why did it skip past him? Sevatar.
Unless you've got a bomb to drop, Tink, then I'll wait until that zombie's close up because I don't want to waste a sneak attack on 1 hit point. That's all. But I can if you've got something decent to do.
Just reminding people, there is a deaf cleric in the group.
What does that mean?
I can. There's if things are undead, there's certain things I can do.
I'll hold my action then. I'll wait until that badly injured zombie up the top is
Mhm.
within melee with any of the party, and then I'll make a sneak attack ranged with my bow.
Okay. Nice.
So I'll hold my action until something happens like that.
Okay, perfect. You don't want to. Do you want to bonus action hide again, anything like that, or you?
Well, I'm
you
still
say-
hidden, I think, aren't I?
Yeah. Well, you
I
are.
can make
yeah.
another stealth if you like.
Well, it's up to you. It's up to you. You were hidden on an 11.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry about that, Steve. I don't know why it jumped past you.
No, it's okay, mate.
Oh, that's nice. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Rink-a-dink tink.
Start off bonus action, Form of Dread. So you will see that ghostly figure of a dwarf bigger than Tink emerge. That gives me 1d10 plus 2 temporary hit points, so let me roll that.
Nice.
Nice.
Decent.
Always wondered what that did. I could have just looked it up, but now I know.
It does more, but it depends on if I hit. And then I'm going to move over here. No, I'm not. That's the ruler.
I like how the music's changed for Tink's turn.
And going to use. Yeah, if I look around, can I find like a tiny bone or something that I could use for catapult as a spell?
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of bits of bone and rocks and yeah.
I shall do that and aim at the guy here, and hey, if it fails, hopefully hit this one. Save.
Deck save for what? The big one?
No, we're going to try this one, the badly injured one.
Okay. That'll be a no.
Nice damage.
Oof.
It's a big bone.
Blimey. How do you want to do it?
I just want it to get thwacked in the head with a bone.
It like sticks in and just keels over backwards. A corpse once more. Oh no, hang on. I lied.
You lied?
Con saving throw.
Me?
No, me.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
It's a corpse once more.
It is definitely a corpse. It is still a corpse once more. Yeah, no, if it's the damage plus 5 is the difficulty, and if it passes a con save it stays up. But yeah, I rolled a 1. So it's not gonna happen.
And I don't particularly want to be in the midst of all this, so I'll fly over this side of the ribcage and then back. Let's go over here. That's me.
Okay. Hey, Malice.
Malice is going to start marching straight towards Pepido.
Okay.
As
So
she does,
nobody's took down this massive zombie.
as she does so, she's going to
Sam's
take
stood
out.
there going,
As she does so, she takes out the weird carved mask that she made in Victor's workshop. Put that on,
yeah.
and as she places it on her face, just this grey shadow starts to kind of seep out of her and dissipate. And with that, I will use Destroy Undead.
Ooh.
So that would be my turn undead feature.
Yeah.
So let me just use that as well, so we have the info for it.
Yeah, I think it's if you win, you beat by a certain amount, isn't it? Or if they're a certain CR rate, it just destroys them.
I think it's
Yeah, so you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer, blah, 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 blah. Each undead you can see or hear within 30 feet. I thought that was 60 feet. But it seems not. So it should be.
So it will pretty much get that one, the big one.
It was supposed to get this other one over here.
Yeah, it
that's
will.
me placing myself awkwardly.
It will, because it's big. That
Yeah,
one's dead, so
yeah.
yeah. So you would get. Well, you can see 2, but you will get 3.
Yeah, so that will be Wisdom saving throw DC 14.
Okay, zombie. And what is it? CR?
CR 14. Oh, sorry. It's destroy undead is CR half.
Okay.
Or lower, it's destroyed.
This zombie nearest to the altar, which hasn't even sort of started to move towards you now, you just see this weird purple light just start to glow in its chest, and then it just explodes in all directions. Absolutely
fatality,
obliterated. There's another thing here.
Oh.
Okay, this is weird. So it's not destroyed, but it is turned. You see there's this pile of bones and body parts and gore and horribleness, and you see, as you turn undead, you just see a load of detached limbs, arms mostly, and hands just start like dragging themselves away from the pile.
And away from me, I take it.
Yeah. So
that's horrific.
It's like a swarm of zombified arms, and then we've got the ogre, haven't we? Let's face it, the ogre's going to go pop, isn't it? No, it's not.
No.
Oh,
no one second. Does it do anything else?
It seems to resist. What are the chances?
Who's going to get pasted by that?
Someone is.
It's like 4 turns we could have just easily knocked him off.
That should have worked, to be fair. I think.
Yeah.
I even turned it, but it's not turned. Unfortunately, it has resisted.
Okay.
But you destroyed the others, and this weird swarm of limbs is crawling away from you now. Does it have to move immediately, or is it on its turn?
On its turn.
On its turn.
Okay. And then where is it?
I don't know.
I don't think I have what I thought I did. Sorry, I'm getting confused between characters and what I've got and what I haven't got. So I don't have any useful bonus actions because I have used my action. Unless... How far is that?
The struggle is real. Character
It
bleed.
is.
90
It's hard
feet. Oh no, that's freaking concentration. That's right. Yeah, no, I can't do anything. Someone else. Go.
Okay. This zombie is gonna start dashing towards you, and we'll just do. I know it's 10 o'clock, but I'll just bear with me for 1 minute. You will see Bupido. He's stood on the top of this rib cage, and he's looking down on you all. Even though it's dark, you can see the sort of a slight glow to his eyes that wasn't there before, and just the whiteness of his teeth sparkling, and you just hear him say, Hello, my friends. I missed you. Why don't you say hello to my little friend?
Oh God.
And you see him just raise his arms up like this.
Mm.
And you see this dragon skeleton just start to like lift and shift and shake off the dirt.
Oh, fuck this. Oh, this is bad. This is
I'll meet you
bad.
back in the throne room.
And you see this, it's still got a bit of flesh on it. This rotted, young looking red dragon its wings are severed, but its body is whole, and it starts clambering up. So Bupido will drop down behind the rib cage, and this massive thing will sort of rise up. And I think we'll probably leave it there if you want to. If you just hover over that, you'll see its picture. Where is it? Why is it not showing for you? Is it showing? There we
Not
go.
yet, no.
Oh,
There we
oh,
go.
there it is. Yeah. Oh shit.
This is why you shouldn't kill dragons.
Oh, it's gone bad.
I don't know. I could. Shall I? I'll take the because the dragon's next. I'll take its turn next week. Shall I?
No, I can do
Yeah.
it. I'm,
No, do it now.
I'm happy for you to do it now. Just one move.
Okay. All right.
Just so I know if I have to make another character, because first brain's right there. So just
Don't
just so I
panic.
become
It's
prepared.
not.
So's the
Don't
cleric.
Yeah, it's not. It's not what you think it is. It's homebrew. It's not.
Okay.
It is bad, but it's not
The
that bad.
Malice is also there. And she's a healer, so both go down.
We brought new healing potions.
Okay.
Okay. It gets to there. It moves quick. It doesn't move quickly, but it's so big that it covers a lot of ground.
We just held back on freaking turn.
It's got a 10-foot reach.
Oh,
I
shit.
don't think it's. You're too far away, fortunately for you. You see, it's expressionless. It looks ferocious, but it is expressionless. And you see it sort of snap and bite. Its eyes are dead and white, and it clearly senses you're there, but you're too far away. And then you'll just see it kind of go, and it will start regurgitating zombies.
Ew.
I wish I'd kept turn undead.
Ooh. What's that? Is it throwing zombies?
Yeah, it's basically barfing zombies.
Because why
That's-
wouldn't you?
Ew, but that's also
It's very cool. I'm a big fan.
I love this, but also no.
There you go. Also, no. And that's all it
Ah.
can do this round, unfortunately.
Yeah, just barf loads of enemies at us. That's all it can do.
I don't have any area of effect stuff.
No.
I just remind you, Matt, to delete the zombies that are dead, because next week we might forget. Oh, they're marked as dead. It's okay.
I think that one was dead.
When you
that,
hover
that
over
one's
them,
that one's
dead.
crawling away. Let's mark it as. I don't know what. I don't think it's got a thing for. I'll just make it frightened.
Turns.
The swarm of limbs. Not something you ever think. Oh no, that. Yeah, I think I have taken the zombie. That zombie wasn't dead, was it? That was out of range and then ran in range.
This one is.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Did.
There we go. Oh, I didn't think the ogre would survive long enough to do anything to you, but it's a coming, Shirdy.
In all honesty, it shouldn't have survived.
No.
no.
It's the luckiest ogre zombie.
the best protection you can have is having 1 hit point, because everyone will just, oh no, somebody else will deal with that.
Yeah.
Turns you invisible.
Yeah. Well, those have got that undead fortitude, so if you can kill it with 1 hit point, but it can roll a con save. So if the risk is if you kill it with a small hit, it might get back up anyway, which is horrible. But yes, I really hope you don't need new characters. I may have got this completely wrong, but I think you'll be okay.
It should be
Yeah.
appropriately climactic for Papido.
Yeah, it's not an undead dragon. That would be horrendous. But yeah, it had to be fitting, right?
Yeah.
Well, so Tom's group had played this before, and when I did it, I used the Dragon Graveyard, and I kind of like foreshadowed that he was going to raise the dragons, and we never did. And I was like, no, this time I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to have him raise the dragons. I'm not going to bluff it. Yeah, let's do this.
I was when I saw that there were skeletons, I was very quickly trying to read my animate dead spell, and then I was like, "Oh, I can't use my level 3 spell yet." It's like, God damn it!
You can upcast other things though, so it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
but
too
I wanted a dragon skeleton.
But how cool is that? Barfing up zombies.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
I like it and hate it.
I just like it.
Yeah, I know. I knew you'd like it, Jim. Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Matt. That was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry if it felt a bit.
I wasn't expecting that. That's nice.
Well, that's good if you weren't expecting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really know. I felt like I was kind of reminding everyone of what the open threads were, and I wonder whether I made it too, got you too many options, and it got a bit too confusing.
We'll get
You
to
know
them
what I
all
mean?
eventually.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I just didn't know which to. Yeah, I didn't want to force you down a route, really.
It's very this particular group and this particular game seems very. It is. We'll do whatever you put in front of us. That moment.
All of it, or everything.
No, as soon as Papido comes into play, you know I was going to go for him, and I was going to argue with anyone who tried to stop me.
When you ran that way, I thought, oh, she's gonna just blast him with something. But you did do,
I've not
destroy undead. I was like, oh, fair enough.
No, but I should have held back on the destroy undead and tried to get other things with it. I didn't think there's going to be quite so many, or a dragon that baths up zombies. But I have got plans for Papido. I just need to get to him. I will.
The dragon that baths up zombies would be a good pet.
Yeah. I've rolled a d6 on a. So as long as they don't roll a 1, on a 1 it runs out of zombies. So it's still got zombies. You'll be glad to know.
Oh, that is good news.
Yeah.
If you feed stool to the zombie that baths up, the dragon that baths up zombies, does that mean you get to control the dragon that baths up zombies? Because that would be cool.
Or would it just bath up stools?
Okay, with an army of little stools, I'd be fine. But let's not talk about
You'd have your very own bath stool.
stool dying. Oh God.
Oh, Steve, I've missed you.
Hey,
Hey, you're welcome. My work here is done.
I'm well done, Steve, for improvising with the very, very slim brief that I put. You did very well.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, I'll give you some more info for next time. I just didn't get time to write.
That's all right,
write it,
no
sadly.
worries.
Is Veronica gone? Is it just too much?
No, I'm here. I just haven't gone back on camera because I feel like Foundry or camera.
Okay, fair play. Any feelings on the reveal? That's the right word.
I knew you had stuff for me, So, yeah, exciting. I've got a bit more to play with, a bit more motivation.
Mm.
And I didn't expect him to potentially, it's a twist, be a good guy. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't, I don't know. We were very ready to demonize him.
That's true, but yeah, you don't know for sure yet. Is the point? Yeah. I don't know. That's those kind of storylines are one of those things, though, aren't they? Is a bad thing for the right reason are justified? You know, needs of the many and all that. But yeah, we'll see. Right, I shall end the stream then.
Kill.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Hope you're feeling better, Davey.